Well, good evening once again to the Camera Club YouTube channel. Welcome to you all again, and I'll just see who we have got this evening. So I shall just say hello to Gail. Gail was in early. Evening, Dale, Sue. Who else have we got? Shot down a few there. A little conversation going on between you all. Evening, Keith and Vera. Richard. Good evening, Richard. No, you wasn't late, mate. I was late because I had to shoot back into the house because I'd forgotten something. So I was a little bit late starting there. Good evening, Doreen. Good evening, Jan. That always reminds me just to say hello to Jan. Good evening, Crispine, if you're about as well. Just to mention you and Gromit and anyone who's watching who I've missed but isn't signed in. Who else have we got? Forgotten where I've got down to now. Oh, a lot of... It's all changed. It jumped like mad then all of a sudden. I lost everybody. So where are we back to? God, blooming heck, it jumped and I lost my place. So, where are we? Good evening, Caroline and Dave. Evening, Jill. Jim, good evening, Jim, if I haven't said hello already. Good evening, Jill Pardo and Diva. Getting quite a good few numbers up here. Good evening, Graham H. Michael Hughes, good evening, sir. Hope you are well. Keeping warm. Where am I? Good evening, Ray. I'm getting down, everybody. I'm down to the Bob. Bob, good evening, Bob. And all, I don't know, one is keeping well and safe. Yes, we're a little bit chilly, but nice and safe. So that's okay. Thank you very much. So welcome this evening. I can just sit back a little bit more now that I don't know why I actually sit forward, because I can still read everything on the screen without leaning forward, but it's just something I do. So never mind. We all do strange things. So I hope you're all well. And as you all know, this evening we have the final of the monthly competition which Bob judges. Some amazing images in here once again. You know, it just seems every competition just gets better and better. We have some amazing images coming from members, so I hope that you'll all agree with that statement. You know, we do see some great images. Another couple of people popped in. Good evening, Paul, and good evening, Mark. So good evening to you too. Yes, the images that Bob judges, as you all know, the yearly competition actually runs over the 11 months. So hence that gives Bob, he gives awards 5 people, the top 5 scores. Those top 5 people all go into this competition this evening. So that's the way it all works. So I have 55 images to judge this evening. Now, because there is a slightly smaller number, what I'm going to actually do is comment on them possibly a little bit more than what I would do normally, and just try and give you a little bit more critique possibly than you would get in a normal competition, just to try and help you improve the images. So that's what I'm going to be doing, just to try and help you on the images, and of course just lift the club's images that you all prepare. So you'll just excuse me a second while I just clean my glasses, otherwise I've got no end of dust on them, so do excuse me on that one. Get them put back on. Yes, so the other thing as well is some of the images that you'll see tonight, if some of the members who are watching this evening don't enter the monthly competition, don't think, why did that person put that image in for a competition? Because, you know, it's not an image that I would have put into the competition. But don't forget, what the chairman sets is 11 months of challenges. So consequently, there must have been one this year, something to do with the sky or clouds or something. So consequently, you possibly wouldn't put pictures of clouds into an open competition. So, you know, if you see something that you think, well, is that really something that I would have put into a competition? No, it isn't. But that was put in for a specific purpose, because that's what Bob asked for. So that's just another one. So we're about at time now. Who else has arrived? Just Michael Hudson. Good evening, Michael. Good of you to join us this evening. We could just do with one more person, actually, and that just make us around 30. So, yes. Oh, yes, we've got a birthday boy today, haven't we? So are we all going to sing happy birthday? I certainly aren't. So, but happy birthday to Richard. So, right. The competition, as I've just said, is 55 images. I'm going to go through them as we do one of the LPA competitions in the year, and that is in rounds. So there'll be 4 rounds, and within those 4 rounds, each time I go round, I'll knock some off as we go along. So once we get down to the last few, that we'll get down to those that are left in at the end, what we call the held backs. The competition that I'm talking about is the Foster's Colour Challenge competition. It used to be held by Horncastle, but Horncastle Camera Club closed, so it's now done slightly different. But that's the way I'm going to do it, just for something different, just to give you a bit more critique, etc. So for a start, what I'll do is I'll just have a look at this first image that we're all looking at now. I've got to make a decision whether we're going to keep it or not. Some good images on there, but I think on this occasion I'll let this first image go. So there is going to be some disappearing. Just got to get it all working first, make it live. There we go. So, right, we have 55 images, and what I'm going to do is not a lot of comment until that particular image goes out. So, the other thing I'm going to do is just get rid of myself for you. No. Let's do that. That looks better. So you've got rid of me now, so we can get the whole picture so that you can see it all. Now, I don't know whose pictures these are even still, except for some that a few that I held back at the end. So I've no idea who they are. What I do and the way that I judge them, and I know some of you've heard this before, but I'll just tell you again, is I look through the images, I choose my held backs and my winners. I then tell Jill who the winners are, so she does know. I then tell Jill who the winners are, and once I've nominated or chosen the winners, that's when I know who's actually won. She then sends me the held back names and the names of the winners. So that's where we are at the moment. I still don't know who some of these are. Right, this first image, I have got a list, and I will be just telling you who's who accordingly. So, well, not who, because I don't know who, but the title. The first one is A Country Garden. Very nice image. I like the way that I'll just get my mouse. I like the way that this grass just leads us in and takes us up into this plinth here. So that one will be staying. Doesn't want to play ball. The next one is Aging with Time. Yeah, it's a funny one actually, because I'm sort of, I can get the gist of the aging with time, but I'm not seeing something to do. I can see the aging because, of course, it's a derelict building, but I'm just a bit about the title, but I'm still keeping it anyway. This next one is All Saints Church, Netlham. Yep, once again, very nice image, nicely lit actually. The lighting's coming across from the left and it's lit quite well, so we shall keep that one for this first round. Now there's a few images of food, so I'm presuming as well that there's a food competition went on somewhere, so not too sure once again what the title was. Excuse me, but the something to do with food. This one is called Antipasto. Very well prepared platter of, if you call a board a platter or a board of meat. We'll come on to some more stronger information a little bit later, but once again, well served out. I could put it on this occasion, well served rather than well prepared, yes, as well. So we're going to keep that one. This next one is Apple Blossom. Once again, lovely image. Do you know, I'm not, as you've heard me say, I'm not a big fan of borders being put on the images, but I'll tell you what, when it's a when it's a black background, they really do work well. You know, that just holds that black in nicely. So yeah, I don't judge it on the border, I'm judging the image, but that one's staying as well. Oh, excuse me, I got froggy throat. BC Memorial. So this is a memorial we can all see from most of the places as you're a bit like the cathedral. As you're travelling around, it does stick up there, the Bomber Command Memorial. Once again, very nice image, and we'll go into detail on that one a bit later. Keeping that one. The Behind the Time, very cleverly titled there. It's sort of thinking about what you've got and titling it accordingly, and on this occasion that title really works well. Yeah, nice black and white, good colours, so I'm keeping that one as well. So you must have had a black and white competition, and I wonder why. Yes, once again, very, very nice image. so we'll keep that one for the time being. Church as sun sets. Yep. Lovely detail in those bricks and the stones, and then we've got this glow going down in the background of the sun there. That one's staying as well. You're going to say, when are you going to get rid of some? Well, you know, that's a bit how it is, to be honest, on this first round. It is a bit difficult to get rid of any of them in the what we might call the weakest round. But yeah, this one is colourful vegetables, herbas. Very nice, colourful image. Fits in with that food theme. If it was a food theme, it might have been a colour theme, whatever. So I hope, I've just seen what Gail's put. I hope everybody else can hear me okay. I'm always a bit concerned when somebody says, has the presentation started? But yes, this one is a nice image, so that one's staying as well. Right, we're coming on to possibly something to do with weather, skies or something. It could have been clouds, it could have been sky. This one is called Come Rain or Shine. Now this one is going this time, and on this occasion, those people with any images that I did mention earlier, the sort of cloud ones or whatever, then don't be disheartened when they go out in the first round, because these are images which were in because of the theme. So consequently, the images, the rest of the images in tonight, in their composure or the technical detail, are possibly a bit better. But a very nice image, good cloud, we can actually see it raining. A little bit noisy, and with the noise comes the colorations. You can see the greens and the reds, etc., in the color noise. So that's there. We can see a little bit of colour noise coming down in the rain area. Where it's nice and bright, we've got no colour. I think you've got it nicely situated though, because we've got this heavy cloud area on the top third, and we've got the trees somewhere about on this bottom third. So very good effort for the competition, obviously, because it was in the top 5. So well done to the author on that one, but on this occasion that one is going in the first round. The next one is Dilapidated Barn. Yep, great black and white. Certainly definitely in need of repair, isn't it? So, but that one's such a good black and white. Great detail, that one's staying. This one is edible pickings from the garden. I don't know but if anybody else is thinking this, but I'm sort of thinking, I'm not sure that I'd want flower. There must be edible flowers, of course, but yeah, once again, very well put together. It a nice image and very well laid out, I suppose the word is. That one's staying. Right, we're on to Filaments clematis. Yeah, filaments. I suppose we can see the filaments, can't we? So, you know, that is all those little straggly bits there. You can think of them as filaments in a bulb. So, once again, nicely seen, nicely taken. Nice close-up macro shot. You could call it macro, you could call it close-up. Some people call it one. or the other. But that one's staying as well. The next one is Flying Swan. Now this one is did you get it? This one is yes, it is what it is, and it's a good capture of this cloud. I can see the neck and the head. You know, the more you look at it, the more you can see what the author was sort of trying to get out of the image. The buildings, the cars at the bottom, I think had I been doing it, I would have just spotted out those two red lights, these in the car here, and this white light here. Yes, we don't mind the cars in the foreground. We can just see a little bit of detail in these dark areas, so that's okay. It's not doesn't take us away too much from the image, but just to get rid of those, because these reds and this white is just grabbing our attention just a little bit too much, so get rid of those. But that one is going on the first round. So Flying Swan, just bear with me on a time or two, because I have to do a little bit of a marking out as well. Right, football action. Yep. I don't think that bunch will be playing for anybody high up in the leagues. There's a bit of age if you added all of those together, I do believe. So, but after saying that, it's a cracking image. You know, there's a lot of action going on. There's a lot of feet going in for the attack. All the eyes are on the ball, and we've got some great detail and sharpness from side to side, front to back. The crop is good into virtually a square crop. That works very well. And, you know, although the ball is right down there at the bottom, we can see all of the action going on there, and people's feet are in positions where the action's happening. So well done to the author on that one. And it's a good colourful image, but it's one of those that possibly, once again, it's been entered in for a specific competition, and on this occasion the other images tonight are a bit stronger, so that one is going. Right, let me just mark that one out. Number 17, From Buds to Wilting Flowers, Roseby Willow Herb. Yes, I can get all of what the author's saying. We can see the buds there at the top running right down to the dead flowers, and even some more larger buds at the bottom, or leaves or something. I'm not a flower expert, but that one's staying. This one is From the Good Old Days. Nice image. It's got some great texture on it. It really, I mean, yes, it's a flat surface, but it's just a simple, nice image. So that one's staying. Let me just have a look. Now, I must admit, we're on to number 18, and this is one of those occasions. In fact, I think there's one missing. I'm just going to have a look what's happened, because I just want to... there's two the wrong way round on the list, because I didn't think that was that one. That one's there, From the Good Old Days. No, I'm right. I'm just missed one out. Sorry. I'm just following my own markings and getting myself mixed up. Now, this is one that I'm struggling for the for the title going with the image. Goalkeeper makes a great save, diving to the right. Well, yes, I can see that this is a player, and possibly another player or two here, and this is the goalkeeper with his two arms going to the right. But I'm not convinced on this one. So I am going to be letting this one go. But when you look at your images before you enter them in, do make sure you just spot out these bits of dirt on your sensor. In fact, this sensor's getting to the point where it really does need a good clean. We've got dirt here, we've got lots of dirt up here, we've got lots of dirt here, and across this side. And all of those marks do grab the viewer's attention. Now, if they're in the sky, it even makes it worse because it's in an area where you can see them more. So just check those, spot them out, and it'll just enhance your image and stop individuals looking at the spots of dirt. But yeah, you've got a good imagination, so well done to the author. I think I might have got rid of this bird up here as well, so because that's not adding anything to the image, so possibly have got rid of that. But yeah, very good try, but that one is going. So let me just mark the right one and get myself into the right place. Gone fishing. Yep, very nice image. I must admit, I have absolutely no idea who this picture is. Oh, okay then, I do. We saw it last week, didn't we? Otherwise, I probably wouldn't have done. So, very nice image. That one's staying for this round as well. That one's that one. Yep. Gone to seed. It's an unusual image, isn't it? You know, we've got this really out of focus white area at the top of the seed head, and then we've got this one little seed that's just about to leave home, and it's as sharp as anything. So it is one of those images that is either going to make it because of what it was put in for, or it won't fit in with the competition on the evening. This particular image is, I'm sure, Bob chose it for a reason, and I'm sure it fulfilled the criteria good. There's technically nothing wrong with this image, but unfortunately it is going in the first round because it is a weaker image throughout what's coming up. So that one is going. Just mark that one off. Right. Haworth Village Parish Church of the Brontes. Yeah, once again, some great detail in there. Some light coming through from one or two places. We'll keep that one for this round. This one is Hydrangea Leaves. In actual fact, it says leaf, but I suppose I've got to say leaves. There's two of them, so yeah, possibly a picture taken on some where it's been lit from underneath with a bright light source. So that one very well technically put together. We'll keep that one this round. Iris in the rain. Yep, another nice image. Nice and sharp, and we've got these rain droplets coming down. So we'll keep that one. Find me place again. Kayaker sculpting the water on a cold winter's day. Lovely and sharp, that kayaker. And then we've got the movement in the hands, haven't we? So, yep, that one's staying this round. So that one's that one. Ladybird Ant and Company. So, yes, we can see the ladybird here and the ant here. So, yep, we'll keep that one this round. The Lincoln Cathedral from South Common. Yep, great image once again. I love the colour of the cathedral. I've never actually managed to catch the cathedral in that particular colour when the lights have been on at that colour. It may have had a little bit of adjustment done to it, but very nice image. It's staying, by the way. So that's that one. Low Cloud. Yeah, that is rolling in, isn't it? That certainly is a bank of cloud rolling in. And I think from the cloud pictures that I've seen, or we've seen up to present, I think this is possibly the better one of the clouds. Do we need these posts in? I don't think we do, to be honest. I think if you'd just taken a step forward and got rid of the posts, it wouldn't have drawn our attention. It's a bit like when they're talking about fields and gates and fields and hedges. If you've got something in front of you, it doesn't let you be drawn into the image. If the gate's open into, say, a churchyard, it lets you walk in through the gate, and you walk in and you see the picture. So I think if you'd gone a little bit further forward, you could have got rid of these. I wouldn't have been looking at these posts. I wouldn't even have commented on them, and it would have been a stronger picture. But as against the others tonight, that one is going. It was technically good, though, to be honest. You know, it more than likely was the better of the images. Mini frog face. Yep, great detail in that one across the eye area there. So that one's staying at the moment. Nature taking over. It's amazing, isn't it, how you leave something for a while and a little bit of grass starts growing, a seed drops in, and it just takes over. Yep, that one's a good example. That one's staying. Where are we? Nature taking over. Yep, well, that's what we've just had. Nature's palette. Yep, very nice, very thought of image. Someone's put quite a bit of thought into that. No idea. I've no idea what competition that would have been in, but yeah, it's a good image. That one's staying as well. Make sure I mark it off before I get out of place. Nearly ready to fall. Yeah, it's certainly showing us those brown edges, the old spots here where things are beginning to go a bit wrong, and they'll soon be down, won't they? I like the way that you've got the nice subdued background to them, and that sort of works really well. Yeah, we'll keep that one for another round. Well, I've no idea. I'm going to say something, and I've no idea whether this is or isn't. It could be somebody totally different, but I imagine that picture being Ray's, because he always tells me he has his tablet on his knee doing something with something else on the telly. So he's possibly sat there with us on the tablet this time, and he's watching the game. So possibly it's not. Possibly it's not. But it's titled No Need to Go Outside. Yep, good image. I think with it being indoors, the author's taken it at quite a high ISO, and we do have lots and lots of colour noise, all these reds and bits of green in here, and lots of noise around the frame, etc., and even on the can here. but it's for whatever competition it was for. I'm sure that it was wrong. Just seeing what Ray put up. Yeah, it's a good image for what it was and what it was put in for. So well done to the author, but unfortunately that one's going out on the first round this evening. The next one is Not Forgotten. Yeah, absolutely something... My teeth bigger. Yes. Something well thought and well put together. So that one's staying. Not Forgotten. Old tank in disused stables, light painted. Yeah. As you all know, something I do a tremendous amount of, and detail in this is absolutely great, isn't it? So that one's staying. One of I'm just trying to think, I can't remember. We've had one night picture, this is a second one, but that one's staying as well. Pasque flower. As I say, I'm not up into my flowers, so can't comment on that one, but this is a good example, and the authors just caught it nicely, and the actual flowers nice and sharp. So that one's staying this first round. Pink Rose. Very nice example. We've got some great detail in those petals. So of its example, that one's staying. Ploughman's Lunch. Not into Ploughman's Lunch. I'd eat the cheese, I'd eat the bread, I'd eat the apple, and I'd eat the grapes. But not them other two bits or whatever they are. So the pickle and the little tomato, I think they might be. So great example once again, so it's staying. Ready to Bloom. Not too sure what this is, but it works, you know, it's nice and sharp, and we've got this nice out of focus background. So yep, that one's staying this first round. Rising Out of the Mist. I learnt the other day, and I always, anything like this, I used to always say, hey, look at that mist in the valley. But I can now actually say what it is. It's an inversion, isn't it? For those who know, you often get it when you're up the hills and you see the cloud lower than you are, and apparently it's an inversion. So very nice image. We've just got this nice bit of green here to complement and brighten up the scene, and we've got the bridge in the background. So that one's staying for the moment. The Ruby Cavalier King Charles Spaniel. Very nice, very sharp shot on the nice brown leather sofa. That one's staying this time. Sand Racer. Once again, great shot. It's nice and sharp where it needs to be. So that one's staying. Shade and Light. Yes, certainly is, and the authors managed to keep the detail in those shades, in the shaded area there. So that one's staying at the moment. Sky Flyer. Possibly taken at Lincoln last Christmas, possibly, when it was the fair. Somebody's been high up themselves and managed to get this shot looking down. It's possibly telling a story, and a picture should tell a story, but I am going to let this one go because there is so many strong images, and I'm going to call this one a busy picture because I don't really know where to settle. I'm jumping about the picture to every one of these, and then this really bright area catches my eye and draws me up to here as well. So technically nothing wrong with the image. You've controlled the noise quite well. There is a bit of noise in it, but you've controlled it quite well. But that one is going this evening. Spare bed. Spare bed. Would you want to sleep in this spare bed? Looks like it's been there for a day or two. For those people who like this sort of a shot, I was watching a program just recently, a YouTube thing, whatever you want to call it, video, and it was saying how many houses there are on one of the islands, and I can't remember which one. It's one of the Scottish islands, of course, the Inner or Outer Hebrides. And it was saying that there's many houses left there which have just been abandoned, or the owners died and absolutely all possessions are of non-monetary value are still in the house. Kettles, cloths, books, clocks, everything. So I'd like to go see all of those, but whether I'll ever get there, I don't know. Very nice image. I'm going to keep spare bed. You never know when you need a spare bed. St Helens Church, Brent Bruton. Yep, great detail. I would have liked to see a little bit more shadow across the image, but as we can see from the sky, of course, there's no particular great sun, so we're not going to, neither are we going to get any shadows falling across the church itself. But I'm going to keep that one. Let me turn over my page. Just let me get it turned over. Crinkle, crinkle. The night shot of St John the Baptist Church, Scampton. I'm going to go for night because of the stars. Either that or their hot pixels. Did you all know that, just use this picture as an example, that if you get little white dots across your daylight picture like this, then consider it to be a possibility that they are hot pixels and your camera just needs remapping and sorting out and whatever they call it, which is gone from my head at the moment. But yeah, it does mean that some of the pixels are just playing up, and you can change them on most modern cameras in camera. So I'm going to keep St John's. Sunrise, Caneby Corner. What a beautiful sunrise. We've got some great detail in the cloud, haven't we? It's just a shame about this one here. This what looks like possibly a plane trail. Just catches your eye. But a very nice image. Going to keep that one for the time being. Sweetheart Vine. Very minimalistic image with a lot of white space. White space is this, all of this area, this side, which they just refer to as white space, even though in this obvious colour is orange. But yeah, very nice. Going to keep that one. The leaf. Yep, once again, whether it's been seen, whether it's been put there, not too sure, but it doesn't matter. We've got some good detail on it, so I'm going to keep it this round. Think I'll pass on the bar snack. Yep. Nice sharp image. Do you know, I have absolutely no idea for definite, but from my years of going out, that may be the pub at Langworth. It'll be interesting to find out later. Don't anybody put it in now. I don't want anybody to put in where it is, but you can later on. I'm keeping that one, by the way. Up and away. Yeah, certainly another good sporting shot. This time, I do think it's just got that little bit extra oomph to it. So I'm going to keep that one this round. Plums, Victoria plums. Great bowl of plums and presented well, and they're all good examples. There's none that you would really say you ought to do anything to, so keep that one. Water vole. I wonder if this is I don't know, but I wonder if this is the water vole we saw earlier in the year in one of the competitions. Maybe, but might not be. There's more than one in the world. Very good example. I'm going to keep that one. And what lies beneath? Yeah, that one is a good example as well. Well seen, well taken, well put together. Looks a bit like a composite image, but that doesn't matter. It is what it is. So I'm going to keep that one. Just going to shoot back to the beginning. I'm going to go this way to save you getting lots of screens in your pictures. So we're back to the beginning, second round, and we'll see what goes on this round. So I'm going to flash through a few of them this time, because I've said bits about them. So I'm going to keep that one. Going to get my finger on the lines to make sure I get them right. This one, aging with time. Yep, well worthy to be seen again. Also, Saints Church, Netlham. Lovely image once again. What you want to try doing yourselves is just begin to start thinking as I go through them. Which ones would you get rid of? Would you be holding them back like I am doing? So, antipasto. Yeah, good example, it's staying. Apple blossom. Once again, great detail in it. Keep it. The BC Memorial. Yeah, that one's staying. Behind the Time. Yep, that one's staying. Black and White. Yep, once again, staying. Church as Sunsets. I thought it said at sunset, but that's staying. Colourful of vegetables. They are colourful, aren't they? And they're so colourful, guess what? They're staying. Dilapidated Barn. Very good image. Nice black and white. Great detail. Staying. Edible pickings from the garden. This is so unusual. It's staying. Filaments clematis. I am going to let this one go. Why? I think that the subject is a great subject, but you've chosen a very difficult subject to photograph for the author to see and to enjoy as a whole. Now, if we'd seen the whole of it a little bit further out, it might have even have been better on this occasion, because every one of these little, I'm going to call them filaments, every one of these little filaments is vying for our attention. We're jumping around, and then we get the lighter area in the centre. So I don't think it's quite as strong as some of the others. So Filaments clematis, although it's a very nice example, is going. But very well done to the author. It's a good sharp image. Right, get my finger back on the line. Where was I? I've lost it. Flying... No, we got rid of that and we got rid of that. From buds to wilting flowers, Roseby willow herb. Yep, once again, love the background. It's staying. From the good old days, Simple, effective, it's staying. Gone fishing. Yep, lovely image once again, staying. Haworth Village Parish Church on the Brontes. This particular image I'm going to let go this time because I'm a little bit, I know it's the light coming through the trees, it's playing on the building, etc, etc, but it's just a little bit confusing, all the different lights and the dappled areas within the image, and it's a little bit strange how the light is coming through in a couple of positions during through the cloud. Because the cloud has little gaps in it, we've got these bits of light which are playing around in the image. Technically there's nothing wrong with it. Lovely and sharp along this face, all of this. The two people, would I have waited till they'd gone? Would I have asked them to move? Would I have asked them to be a little bit more into the picture? I'm just drawn to these two, so I think I would have preferred them probably out of the picture. But nevertheless, a very nice image, but not as strong, as I say, always, as some of the others tonight. So that one's going. Hydrangea Leaf. Yep, it's staying. Iris in the Rain. Nice sharp image, as I said earlier. It's staying. Kayaker sculpting the water on a cold winter's day. Now, although this one is absolutely cracking, all of this, I like the movement in the oar, and I love all this water. I don't care about this being all out of focus because he's moving so fast. But the author's managed to capture so sharp all of his body, and so that works really well. The big downside is attention should have been paid to these three very, very bright areas, which is everybody's being drawn to, and so I would have told you to get them toned down to a lighter grey colour. I appreciate that they're possibly the hanging things that they go through or whatever, but you can see I don't know anything about kayaking, but I do think they draw a bit too much for our attention, so unfortunately that one is going. Lovely image though, lovely and sharp. And as I say, do love this way it's drawn out the water with a paddle. Well done. But as I say, just those whites at the top that's let it down. I pressed the wrong button there, didn't I? The Ladybird Ant Co. This one is going this time. It's nearly there. To me, the sharpest part of this image is just these tips of these leaves here. The ladybird is just that little tiny bit soft, and so is the ant. Very, very good image to try and get the two things there. There more than likely was one of them was moving, and you've done really well. Comments about the image. I would have got rid of this bit of green in the bottom left hand corner. It's just grabbing my eye. These other bits up in the top, we've got to accept that they are part of the image, so consequently I don't mind about those. But as I say, unfortunately it's just a little bit soft, so that one is going. Lincoln Cathedral from South Common, obviously it's staying. Mini frog mini frog face. Yeah, it's nice and sharp across the frog's face, but it just gives us a little bit of a unusual view straight on. Maybe if you could have got sideways a little bit with a possibly a little bit deeper, greater f-stop number, then, you know, maybe it would have been a slightly better image. This one is going on this occasionally, except for what I've just said, all of this area that's out of focus. You've done really, really well. I know it's difficult and, you know, it's very hard to get it. But, as I say, I think I may even have cropped a little bit more out. You've called it frog face, so let's see the face. Not all of this out of focus. The bokeh looks good in the background. You know, that's just working nicely. That's possibly the little drops of water. But that one is going. Where have I got to? Nature taking over. Yes, unfortunately this one is going a little bit earlier than I would like it to. Let me just... This one is a great image in itself, in as much as it's sharp, etc., all around here. But then we've got, unfortunately, the trees, the nature taking over bit has just taken away the shine of the building. I'm tending to judge this more on the building than I am on the nature side, because I can't sort of knock the technicality of the building. It's nice and sharp, but it's the nature bit that's I would like to have seen it. I'll tell you what, I reckon this one would look really good light painted at night. Get some lights inside them windows and get some light put on it, and I think that would look superb. But on this occasion, nature taking over is going on this round. Nature's palette, another nice image. That one's staying. Let me move my cursor for you. Nearly ready to fall. Well, unfortunately on this occasion it is falling on this round. It's a very nice image. It's been taken backlit from the sun. This white area is just letting it down a bit, and the actual subject matter as a whole isn't quite as strong as some of the other images. So as I say, very good, little bit soft in an area or two. This leaf here is the sharpest leaf, this one and this one, but these are beginning to get a little bit soft. A little bit higher f-stop number if you could have done to get a little bit more sharpness into the image, but that one is going this round. Not forgotten. Yeah, I think you've put this together well, and you're making us think. You're telling a story with it. And here's this soldier looking down, and he's in the stables, and you imagine him remembering his horse. So it is going this round because, as I keep saying, it's not as strong as some of the others. I think I would have liked to have seen this black line a little bit deeper in here. Something like this one here. Now, you could have done that before you put the soldier in here. It might have been there right from the word go. But I would have liked you to have lightened the woodwork a little bit. Something to about this area here. So I could have seen the black a bit more on this back end. So detail on the wall, etc. is good. Sharpness is good. you know, it's technically it's a good picture, but just falls a little bit down because of not being able to see the whole of that black outline. So very good thought, effort, etc. Just mark that one off. Old tank in disused staple. Yep, nice image. That one's staying. Pasque flower. Pasque flower is going. And some of you'll say, well, why? You've got to start looking technically at the detail of the image. And although this area in here is really, really nice, there's 2 or 3 things. The background has gone quite noisy. That's the first thing, which with the amount of light that's on the image, if you was at the right ISO, and I've no idea what ISO you was on, but if you was on a lower ISO, the background shouldn't, I don't think it should have gone this noisy. And then we've got 2 or 3 little things. These little splodges here should have gone. This little bit of white in here should have gone. And you should have cloned some green across this area here, just to get rid of that as catching our eye. This second flower is spot on. It's right in the corner. It complements the other one, so it works well. But unfortunately, the content of this flower isn't strong enough for me as against some of the other images. So that one is going out in this round. Pink rose, yes, this pink rose is staying. Ploughman's lunch, staying. Ready to bloom. Yeah. Although you've got great detail in this first third of the image, the area which I'm circling here, we do soon begin to lose it from this second third to the back edge. Now, some people could say, I like the recession from front to back going out of focus. But I think in this particular case, with flowers, we do like to see as much as we possibly can in focus. So that is my feelings. Then we've got just a couple of little technical things. This white line here, I would have toned that down to stop me seeing it, and the white line in the background here. So very, very good attempt, but that one is going on this occasion. Rising out of the mist. Yeah, as I say, nice picture of the Humber Bridge with the inversion in the bottom there. And we've got this nice layer of cloud up the top. Not an image which I feel is as strong as some of the others. Technically, you've done well. You've got a very bright morning, and you've coped well with the light, etc. So well done on that one. Wouldn't have done anything different, you know. I would have also have taken the image, but I also would have been seeing it go out in the earlier stages. So that one's going out. The old King Charles Spaniel, keeping that one. The Sand Racer, keeping that one. Shade and Light, keeping that one. I do apologise. Shade and Light is actually going out. I do apologise to the author on that one. Why? The actual image across this area here is nice. And although you've titled it right, I'm not sure that it's strong enough. Oh dear. excuse me, strong enough to stay in for the third round. So that one is going. The edges of the actual edges are just beginning to go on the leaf itself, so that's just letting it down a little bit as well. Background's good though, so sharpness etc. okay, but that one is going out. Spare bed. I'm going to keep the spare bed just in case I get tired. St Helens Church. Lovely sharp image, it's staying. Turn over quickly. St John the Baptist Church, Scampton. This one is going on this occasion. There is quite a bit of noise in the image. I'm not sure, and this is only me saying this, I'm not sure whether I personally like the black and white side of the treatment on the image. I think I would have preferred to have seen it in the colour version, and I appreciate this could have been for the black and white competition if you had one, but one or two little things. I would have taken this little bright area to the right down. I would have spotted this dot out, and whatever that is there. So just have a look round your image and just take those one or two things out, but that one is going. Sunrise, Cambie Corner, nice image. I'm thinking that it's not as strong as some of the others this evening. So although absolutely lovely colours, except for the colour, I'm really struggling to land on something as a viewpoint. So that one is going. Very nice colours though. Cross that one out. Sweetheart, you're stopping, mate. The leaf. Yeah, unfortunately the leaf is going. Whether it be set up, whether it isn't, that doesn't matter. Technically, yes, the leaf is fairly sharp, but we do lose it on the bottom here, so hence the reason it's going. I like the stones and the bits of moss running through. That really is nice, but that one's going. Think I'll pass on the bar snack. Yeah, that one's going as well. I'm not... I think I would have liked to have possibly... The detail is absolutely fine. Superb detail. But I think I would have preferred to see it without the board, to be honest. I think it might have let me look round the room a lot more. Whereas now I'm constantly jumping to that centre part on the image. So that's my reasoning. I think you should have had the sign out of it, but that one's going. Up and away. Nice sports photography. Look at the expression on his face. Some great expression. Everybody's looking in the right places. It's all happening. But that one is going to go against some of the others this evening. Technically nice and sharp. So well done to the author on that one. But not quite for me tonight. Victoria Plums is staying. Ratty is staying. And guess what? What lies beneath is staying. So we're going to have a break now, and we'll see you all in 10 minutes time for the second half. And as you saw in that round, quite a few's gone out, so we'll be soon getting to the winners. Catch you all soon. Go get your drink, top the glasses up, and we shall see you shortly. Take care.